Okay, so Paige is telling us how to remember something in the calculator. So we're going to graph these two things, y4 and y5. Graph. They cross right here. What if they crossed a really ugly number and we had to remember it? We're going to go find the intersection, second, calculate, 5. We're going to choose yes for pink and yes for green. We're going to guess right there. And it found the intersection. And then she said we're going to go quit out of there and hit X to tell the calculator we want to remember that X value. We're going to hit the store button, and then we hit alpha and any letter in green that's going to store things, like we could choose A and enter. And then it saved it. And then later on, if we want to do something like 9 plus alpha A, it would add it. Nope, it would subtract it because it was negative, but it still added it. And it's always there. A is going to be negative 0.75 for the end of time, in case I don't remember to do this again. But why would you want to do that? Because if you found two ugly intersections, like this problem that we just did that you missed in this video, they already calculated these values right here for the intersections, which I did not do. I just wrote this all down. I didn't actually calculate anything here, but we did refigure it out what these rectangles look like. So you can store stuff in your calculator. What you want to do, though, is you want to make sure that you mark it as A. So if you say from A to B and it's a calculator problem, somewhere on your paper you need to say that A equals negative 0.75, and then B equals whatever it is, 9.3278461.2. And then you don't ever have to type them again. You can just use A and B, and the reader will read it forever. But you would use alpha. That's not how you spell alpha. Alpha, and then the letter that you want, A or B or whatever. That's kind of like what YAG did when they called us the Epiphany School of Google Studies. In their correction post, right? Okay, so now we're doing arc length. R is the region enclosed by the graph, cosine, and g of x. Find the length of the boundary of the region of R. Use a calculator and round your answer to 3 decimal places. So we're trying to find, we need this arc, right, plus this arc. So we need the integral of the intersection from A to B, which we're going to have to figure that out. And then we need the cosine graph. Oh, yeah, no, that's the negative x to the fourth. So we need that. I'm doing this one first. So that's the x to the fourth graph. So what am I doing? I'm doing 1 plus g prime of x all squared dx plus, still from A to B, but this curve, which is still from A to B because it's still the intersection there, but this is the cosine graph. So 1 plus f prime of x all squared dx. So what's g prime of x? Negative 20? X to the third? Mm-hmm. And then f prime of x is going to be negative sine of x. Well, that took a turn for the worse. Negative. Negative sine of x. That's it. Okay. So then we just put that in a calculator. Actually, we have to find the intersection, right? Which, do I need to do that? You graph this one and that one, and you find out where they cross over here and over there, and then you just plug that in. And now we know how to save it, so we could totally save A and then save B and then type that in. Do you feel like that's okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. And that would totally be a calculated problem for sure. Or they might just want this. They might just, so this could be a way to write a multiple choice question would just be the setup, right? And then it could still be a calculated problem where you have to find A and B. Or maybe they tell you what A and B are to make it even faster. But you would need to take it from here, if it's not a multiple choice question, and actually put the negative 20x cubed in and the negative sign in here and leave it in. So don't leave anything to chance. Go ahead and set it up correctly. But for me, I do like to start with the basic function so that I don't forget the plus, which I kept forgetting, and the square, which I also forgot once. So I just want to be really careful about how to do that. And then otherwise it would be a calculator problem. Do you want another one?